Hey, oh, got that black band at the top. Hey, everybody, and welcome. I'm Cindy Daychuck with Queen Bee Creations. Thanks for joining me for What's New Wednesday. It feels like so much has been happening at the shop. It's been really busy. I think that's because of the IOD um, release. It keeps things hopping for a little while everybody is busy catching up with watching all the videos and then racing out to see if there's that particular transfer, that particular mold left. Um, I haven't really started crafting with them yet because I've been too busy selling and shipping, but I am getting to it. I think tomorrow I'll break into my first one and start pulling together craft for you. Oh, Nick, that jewelry box though.
Down there.
Yeah, I am gonna need that over here. I forgot to bring it over. It's not like I didn't have time. I was doing squats while I was waiting. I have a bike holiday coming up, and I have not been working out, and I'm looking kind of going. I'm gonna have a hard time. So I at least thought in my spare moments I could fit in squats here and there. So announcements wise, for those of you that are maybe local, I don't know if I've mentioned this here, but a paint line that I absolutely love and adore, and that was the first one that I ever carried, is DIY paint from Debbie's Design Diaries. If you watch any of the videos, you've probably seen me craft with some of their paint. It's a clay-based paint. It's heavily pigmented. I love, love, love this paint. But much as all of the border issues have created problems for me in shipping to the States, it's also wreaking a little havoc with things coming up from the States. And the Canadian distributor for the paint, who is absolutely lovely, has been a distributor for like 7, 8 years, just can no longer continue to do it. There aren't the margins. There's too many things, and the duties and the tariffs and the shipping prices that are eating into any of the margins that she's been given. So there is no longer a Canadian distributor in Canada. And I don't see that changing because she knows her stuff. She's been getting shipments up here for, you know, 7, 8 years. So anybody that would take this over is going to face the same challenges. So I think it's just not viable for the price point of this particular product. If there's greater margins, if there's more room for certain products, then it's more feasible. But it's just not working out for this paint line. So I haven't been able to restock since before January. I don't think that I've bought any at all this year. So I haven't been able to restock this year at all. And I'm not going to. Debbie does not ship direct to retailers in Canada. She will only ship through a distributor. There is no distributor, so there's no product getting up here into Canada. There are some retailers, I believe, that are close to a border. And so they maintain a US shipping address so that they can get US products shipped there, and then they clear them themselves. They go over, pick up the product, and they clear it through customs themselves. I don't have the time or inclination, or quite honestly, the money to maintain a US address for one product line that I may or may not be ordering from frequently enough to justify the increased expense. So, long story, long story to get to the fact that I can't carry this paint anymore. So, as depressed as that has made me, I feel like I think I think it's like I'm just off crying in a corner as I'm announcing to you guys that starting Monday, the paint and all the peripherals with it go on sale for 25% off. So up until now, I have part of my agreement as a retailer is that the product would not be put on sale online. However, since I can't be a distributor anymore, I can't be a retailer anymore, I'm putting it on sale online because I have to move that product. I am looking for, if you look at it from a store perspective, it's taking up a fair bit of real estate. And so once that product gets sold and I start moving other products around, I have room for other products. And I am exploring other things to be able to carry in the shop. I'm going to miss having what I call an open paint, like a clay paint or a chalk paint, something that does not have a built-in sealer. Both the Fusion and the Alchemy paints that I carry have sealers. Obviously, the milk paints do not, but they don't necessarily replace this. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, I'm going to be looking for a number of other products to start to be able to introduce, see how they go with you guys, see how that works. And here I'm talking primarily about makers. I do have some gilding waxes and some mica powders on order, some metal flakes, those kinds of things. So we'll see. I'll just play with stuff. If there's things that you are dying for, let me know if I can track it down. If it seems like I can get a good deal. Sometimes I can't get a singular product from a particular line unless I carry the whole line. And if I don't have the interest in the whole line, then I'm kind of out of luck. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to play with some things, take it from there. So that's a big change that's coming up because DIY paint was the paint that I started the store with and is still probably my favorite to use. So if I'm painting something for me, for fun, that I'm not trying to teach a particular technique on how to use Fusion or something like that, and I'm just going to it and I'm just having fun with a piece, that's the paint that I would reach for. So I'll find a new favorite. I mean, I love my Fusion, I love my Alchemy, but I particularly love playing with open paints and doing my own sealers and finishings. So we'll kind of go from there, but that's the big news for you guys. It starts Monday midnight, right? So 12:01. 12:01 it starts, and you can buy both online and in store. Obviously it's limited to whatever stock is on hand, but there's still some of the all-in-one paint from Debbie's, all of the clay-based paint. There are still some of the waxes and things, so a little bit of the peripherals, the big top, so it would be on sale as well. But there are the Bohemian Brights, there's the pigment powders, so there's a lot of those other products in the line that if you've been wanting to give them a try, now's your chance. It's more of a sale than I've ever put them on before, and we'll just see how that goes together. Okay. Videos. Monday was a video showing how to be able to use the inlays, because I also finally got around to actually listing that product this week. I do have it in the new this week. I'm not lifting it up far because it's really heavy. Well, I've been hauling it around the shop, so. All right.
Put it on your chair.
So it is this jewelry cabinet with legs. See the legs? Okay. So it's 3-drawer. I'm balancing on my leg. So 3-drawer, top piece, and obviously the sides open up with the hooks to be able to hang necklaces. What's cool about it are the stripes on the sides. This is really heavy. This is in the Ditzy Blooms paint inlay. So if you've wanted another example of how to use the inlays, go catch that video. That's the most recent. There's a number on the channel. You can always just do a search for inlays, so you can see a number of different examples of how to do it. But this is the latest one. It's also now listed for sale. 60?
60, yeah, and there's 3 or 4 pictures included in the list.
Yeah, and as always, I've got some better pictures on the site for you, but $60, which really is a steal for this. It's super cute. Part of me keeps wondering whether Ellie would like it for Christmas. Well, might have to send a picture to my daughter. Okay, if it hasn't sold by then. As with all furniture, it does not provide you a shipping quote. So, because it's really based on if it has to get shipped, how far, how much wrapping, do I have to build a big box around it, that kind of stuff. So, all those things count with shipping, and I'd have to get a quote. And it may get priced out of a carrier weight because it's pretty heavy. So, if so, then it has to go out in a truck, and I have to get a quote from a trucker who's driving. So those are all the challenges with furniture stuff, which is why none of them can really be put into a cart for shipping. You'd have to do it. Have to just kind of buy it, reach out to me, and then say, hey, I need it shipped, get me a quote, and then we'd see what we have to do. So that's the challenges with those. But if you're close, I'll help carry it to the car, so it's okay. Alrighty, we are starting to load in. I think I mentioned last week we're starting to load in fall stuff, and I am gathering up. I'm trying to find wherever I've been stashing things as I was picking them up for Halloween, for fall. So I'm going to start building that into some of our Wednesday nights so that we get some of the seasonal in. First up is, if you're looking for a little bit of a Halloween kind of timing for your front door, we've got this beautiful black owl with some black sticks and all kinds of cobwebby ribbons and things like that for $45, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Okay, $45 for him. Put him off to the side so I can do it. I know that the picture on YouTube was kind of weird. You saw like this big dog face, right? So yeah, so let me show you what this is about. It is this wooden black lab hanger. Now this is I'm selling it for $14. Sells online. The lowest price is about $35. It's actually copyrighted to, I can't remember Annie's last name, but she is a well-known artist that does these kinds of paintings and then puts them onto all kinds of different kitschy things. Like she has a whole series of these type of hangers. So it's a funky collectible. So you could just do it as like a wall hanging if you want, but certainly it is functional as a hanger as well.
That's cool, actually.
Yeah, it's
She did a good job with the eyes.
Yeah, it's it's just one of those really unique, hard to come by. Don't ask me how I find some of these things kind of piece. Next, to get it out of the way, because I have a tendency to stack things, is this big tag platter. So I'm just calling it the Bluebird, not because the birds are blue, but the platter is with the red rims. So the trio of birds on this platter for $12. Thanks, Nick. I'll give you the big stuff, and let me get this big guy out of the way. Oh, this has got some heft to it. I love this picture. So it's got dotted pale gold spirals with then these stylized flowers and raised white dots all over it. This is from Artistic Accents. And why did I not get a price tag on it?
18.
18.
Might have fallen off.
Maybe. It shouldn't have. It should have stuck well. Maybe I just missed it. So $18 for that. Okay. other little fall decor, because they're sitting right in front of me, are these big acorns. Two different styles of these. This one actually has a flat bottom. This one just has a lot of the ridges that hold it kind of in place so it doesn't roll around, but they're just really fall decor to be able to put up on a credenza or a bookshelf. This one's $8. This one's $5.50 for the giant acorns. Don't ask me why I happen to have two different giant acorns. You wouldn't think that you'd see a lot of those, and you just never know. This little red and white pattern gravy boat and underplate is actually from Poland. So it's kind of, you would think, England. It has that look with the, the red transferware. But this is from Poland for $16 for the two pieces. And then I have these two pottery goblets. So I'm selling them as a pair. They're not identical, but I think that's not necessarily by lack of design. I think it's just because they're handmade pottery, right? And you've got the blue glazing and the caramel speckles. So the pair of these, and the bottom of this one is signed for the pair. So these are $12 for these. Now, recognize, as much as I'm calling them goblets, because that's what they are originally, I like these as like raised candle holders. I like them as raised planters, or if you're having, let's say, a buffet table, right? Then these can become raised condiment dishes so that not everything is flat on the table. It gives you more table space to be able to use. So if you are having condiments with just little spoons in them, little raised nut dishes, that kind of thing. So think beyond just the use as a goblet, because something like this, that is the handmade pottery, I think has so many other practical uses within your home decor or your entertaining. This little picture, so Pride of Place, says fresh juice on it, has kind of this vague distressed look to it. It's in this pale butter yellow color for $8. And then this porcelain teapot. So it's all porcelain. This is an old Pier 1 teapot. So it's hand painted. Yeah, hand painted porcelain exclusively for Pier 1. This one's $14, but this one, the lowest price that I saw it for online was $35. And it went up from there, especially given that it has no chips, no cracks or anything. Little pair of nesting bowls. These are from Time and Table. I'm selling the pair of them together for $10. But I just love the dots. I love the fact that they're not just like regular, very precise polka dots. They're just dotted all over, kind of in a cream and black color. So they're just cute. Just cute. This guy is an olive dish. It's a Liddy olive dish for $6. And as much as it says, garlic olives and Spanish olives, black olives, pitted olives, I mean, the idea is the olives are here and then the pits go into the center. It could be used for cherries, right? And then the pits go in the center as people are eating them. It could be like little appetizer meatballs, and this becomes the toothpick holder, right? Or little chunks of cheese in the toothpick holder in the center. Or maybe you've got little like Thai spring rolls, right? The little narrow ones, and you've got the little dip in the center. So again, despite the fact that it says olives on it, use it for whatever the heck you want. You're not limited. And I think that this shape lends itself to a lot of other options that are very practical you know, in the kitchen and as you're cooking and working with things. So that's just me. I don't have room in my kitchen for something to just be single use for something. So I just pull them out and use them in all kinds of ways that they weren't originally intended for, but they work perfectly. Okay. These mugs. This is a set of 4 of these red lace floral lace mugs by Temptations. And these sell for usually maybe about $8 to $10 a mug. I'm selling the set of them. What did I say? 16 for $16. So they're in great, pretty much as new condition for the 4 of them. I only brought 2 over to the table. I have this pair. Now, this is a handmade pottery pair jar, obviously a lidded jar. And I'm going to show you my favorite part of this. So I love the shape of it. It kind of gives the shape of the pear without it being like this perfect pear. But look at the inside glazing. I love this pale pinky mauve color on the inside. It's kind of like a hidden surprise. I love that. It is signed on the bottom and it's for $12 on the site. Okay, these are just fun. So I've got a pair of ceramic or porcelain. They seem more porcelain than ceramic, but I have no guarantee. So probably ceramic, maybe. Salad spoons. So you've got the floral base and you've got the stem with the leaves and it's got little ladybugs climbing up it. So the pair is for $9. And then I have 2 little candlewick pieces. These ones have kind of like the cornflower pattern on the front. So you've got the creamer and the double-handed open sugar bowl and the base plate for them. And this is for $14. I did see this set online for 30 to 35, I think. So Candlewick is from the Imperial Glass Company, and they operated for quite some time. This look with the dotted edges, those rounded ball edges, was one of their definitive looks and became really highly collectible. Now they have not been out in business for a while, so all of these pieces are vintage. I do have in the same kind of cornflower pattern, I have the covered sugar bowl. It's got the little cutout for the spoon, and this is $9 for this piece. Just super cute. I mean, you could use it as a jam pot easily, not just a sugar bowl, for honey, anything like that. Even a little mustard pot if you wanted, or condiment of your choice with a little spoon. This pair of, these are Temptations, little harvest bowls. Just kind of a nice size for ice cream or nuts or condiments. This is in the Old World pattern, even though I called it Harvest. And $9 for the pair of these. And 2 things. Okay, this is one of my favorite finds. So any of you that are really into China, you guys know Colport from England. So this is a Colport little open sugar and creamer set in the Indian tree pattern, which was one of their very popular patterns. This is in really good shape for its age. And I did see someone selling one with a chip for $35. I saw somebody selling a pristine set for $60. And I'm selling these for $14. But Colport, really collectible. Okay, last up is a painting, actually. This is called Invitation. It's written on the back by the artist, who is Beata Hasnick. Beata Hasnick. So, Invitation, which is kind of a nice kind of setup, waiting for company kind of watercolor look. So really well done with the shading, signed by the author, $45. It is floating mounted, so it's double mounted, but it's floating mounted on the base mat, and then the white matting surrounded it with gold frame. $45 for that. Okay, and putting that one down. And I'm looking around to see where I stashed everything, but I think that's it for this week. So again, an eclectic mix of goodies, something maybe to appeal to everybody. We'll see how that goes. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, certainly check out the videos if you're interested in seeing